That one clip of Shaq and Donovan Mitchell went viral.
You don't have what it takes to get to the next level. I said it on purpose. I wanted you to hear it.
But there was so much more to it.
All right.
Basically, the TNT crew said that SPIDA is not a superstar, but what they meant was he can't be the best player on a championship team. But honestly, that's just wrong. Donovan Mitchell can be the best offensive player on a title team. This video shows what else was said in that awkward interview to reveal the truth about Shaq's comments. Hey, it's Casey. Welcome to another week on AM Hoops. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, there is a special channel announcement. So obviously the green screen is back, right? And I know that's a bummer. It doesn't look as good as the realistic background. I got a lot of comments from you guys saying you loved the background, but that was at my parents' house. I am on my way back home. When I get there, I promise we'll have a brand new cool set. Now, before we get to the extended clip, I gotta say, we use superstar way too much. Is Donovan Mitchell a superstar? No, but of course not. You ask anyone out of Salt Lake City and they would say, Donovan who? My casual basketball friends know LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden. So what does superstar even mean then? I think it means someone who combines all-world skill with all-fan recognition. All fan like casual fan, every other day fan, or hardcore fan. Giannis Antetokounmpo had a 60 minutes story done about him. Chris Paul is on like every commercial. Both guys are getting Disney movies about their life. That is a superstar. So, by that definition, superstar does not mean best player on a championship team. CP3, no. Harden, no. Giannis, so far, no. So please, everyone, stop throwing around the word superstar. There are very few of those, and it doesn't have everything to do with basketball. So now, let's look at what else was said in that interview, because it's important.
I asked the panel, I was like, can this guy be one of the top 5 players in the league, and how can he do it? Because these two guys have done it. And the one thing that we were saying is being able to affect the game in rebounding and assist as well as scoring.
Right, so Kenny Smith wants Mitchell to dominate in 3 of 6 ways: scoring, passing, rebounding, defense, leadership, and pace. I think SPIDA already has scoring and leadership, but he's not elite at anything else. But the truth is, he doesn't have to. Donovan Mitchell is so athletic, I'm sure if he wanted to, he could get double-digit rebounds to fulfill Kenny Smith's criteria of being a superstar. But that's dumb. He's got a traditional point guard on the team, Mike Conley, who leads them in assists. He plays with 2 dominant rebounds in Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors. I'm not saying Donovan Mitchell is perfect. He needs to improve his passing and his defense. But telling him to get more assists and boards to fill up a box score is dumb. This is why we get NBA players more concerned about their stats than winning games. This is why we see guys wait until after the halftime buzzer to release that half-court shot. They don't want to mess up their field goal percentage. That mindset creates selfish superstars. But the worst part about the criticism of Mitchell is that same TNT crew bashed Russell Westbrook in OKC for doing too much.
Like I say, I understand he wants to average a triple-double. Like it's too late to turn that clock back now. But this team, especially now with the new additions, if they could be better.
What? Make up your mind. Now, to be fair, in that clip, Shaq says that Westbrook has to shoot so much because the Thunder don't have talent, but the Jazz do. Utah is one of the best teams in the league right now because they have good players around Donovan Mitchell. The good news is I don't think Shaq's comments are going to change who Donovan Mitchell is on the court. This dude is an unstoppable offensive weapon and a humble star. This is his response to Shaq's comments to the media after the game.
Man, we're on a 7-game win streak right now. We're playing good basketball. Like, you know, I hate to take a win like this and make it about what they said about me.
And that was an awesome response. That is an example of how Donovan Mitchell dominates scoring and with leadership. Not wanting to make their win streak all about him is an example of a great leader. Now, the ultimate response would be to keep winning all the way to the finals, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is great offensively, but offense is just one part of the game. I think the Jazz are a step behind the other contenders for two key reasons. Reason number one is being over-reliant on Rudy Gobert for defense. The $205 million center is a two-time Defensive Player of the Year, but this will make you go,
Things that make you go,
With Rudy Gobert on the floor, Utah posts a 102.6 defensive rating, best in the league. With him off the floor, 114.5, second worst in the NBA. That means the Derek Favors signing this offseason did not fix one of their biggest problems last year, being bad when Rudy Gobert sits. Yes, Donovan Mitchell can be the best offensive player on a title team, but they need to surround him with great interior and perimeter defenders. It's a lot easier to build your team when your best offensive player is also a beast on defense, like Kobe, Jordan, or Kawhi. It's more difficult to surround him with pieces, but it is possible. The second flaw the Jazz have preventing them from contending is a legit offensive number two. Mitchell averaged 36 points in the bubble playoffs, including two 50-plus point games, because he had to. Yeah, Bojan Bogdanovic is back. He's their second leading scorer, but he's not a championship number two. This is the same criticism I've had about Chris Middleton. Giannis will never win a title as long as Middleton is his best teammate. Donovan Mitchell needs a number two who is a guaranteed bucket and a proven playoff performer. So no, Mitchell is not a superstar, but yeah, he could be the best offensive player on a title team. He just needs the perfect mix of teammates. Right now, the Jazz feel a step behind the contenders because they don't have a complete team around SPIDA Mitchell. If they can add another unstoppable offensive player and perimeter defenders, they would be right there with the LA teams. The problem is that is really tough to do with a salary cap and being a small market team when free agents have options. There's been a lot of speculation that Mitchell is going to take what Shaq said as motivation, but I really hope he doesn't. He's already a star in his role for the Jazz and shouldn't get stats just to be liked by old players or get in the MVP conversation. Those kinds of things are selfish and don't lead to winning. But I would like to see him improve his defense. The true path to greatness is being a two-way player. It's one of the rarest things in the NBA. Right now, Donovan Mitchell is not a lockdown defender, but at least he doesn't kill his team like Trae Young or D'Angelo Russell. So Shaq was right, Donovan Mitchell is not a superstar, but the truth is he doesn't have to be for this Jazz team to win. I do think Shaq's comments were totally unnecessary and random, and I really hope Donovan Mitchell doesn't buy into it. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.